Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Remember, take your breath. Family, lift up. Come on, listen in. Come on, this is the Daily Spark family. Come on, like, share. If you're not subscribed, go on and click the subscribe link or find it. We are live on Spreaker. We can also be found on Apple and Spotify. We a little bit everywhere, so just type in the Daily Spark, THA. Oh, shit. Hold on. The algorithm trying to kill me. Hold on. And when I say the algorithm trying to kill me, I ain't talking about the ancestral algorithm. Speaking of the ancestral algorithm, the algorithm for the day is, so we can start this off right, I am the architect of a legacy that will outlive my body. I am the architect of a legacy that will outlive my body. Man, let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up, right? Also, we want to salute Mia. We are on the principle of Mia, and we are still in the week of Ujamaa, family. We are figuring out how to master Ujamaa as we walk through the 7-day cycle of the Nguzo Saba, right? We walk through the 7-day cycle of the Nguzo Saba, and we are trying to master the principle of the week through the individual expression of each principle. I'm going to be talking a little bit more in depth about that during the Sabayat on May 10th. That's Imani. That's coming up this week. I will be the speaker. So it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I'm going to be dropping the family. But hey, let's keep building. Let's keep moving forward. It's been a marvelous week for me. I didn't get the pictures, man. I sat down and I ate. It was the Italian day. You know, we over here taking care of these teachers, family. You know, send your teacher a sign of appreciation for what they do with your children, even if you don't necessarily even get along with your teacher. Let them know that possibly y'all are on the same team when it comes to working with our youth, right? And I'm running it. Let me just tell you some of the stuff that I ain't even gonna say. I'm just gonna say this. The children are okay. The children are okay. It is the adults that scare the hell out of me. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. My children are imitating the behaviors of the adults, and I'm seeing it from from many different cultures. The children are okay. It's the adults that are insane. I'm just letting y'all know right now. So, family, all we have to do is continue moving in the way we're moving. Most of the people that are listening to this in some form of fashion, you are working with the youth, especially if you are in Gye-Nyame. We are building on not only on ourselves, but we are also building to replace ourselves, because that is our responsibility. Because a true nation builder, a true elder, a true warrior is one that understands that he is building for eternity. But if he's building for eternity, he or she is building for eternity. They can't rely on their physical body. I know Brother Hatim will not be here forever. Maybe the memory of Brother Hatim could possibly be here for an extended amount of time, but this body is eventually going to have to return back to the earth. So I have to make sure there's other representatives here on this earth that does what Brother Hatim does to take his place. See, anybody that's an elder that's claiming eldership that is by themselves and not bringing up somebody, anybody that's a nation builder that's by themselves and not bringing up their replacement, anybody that's officially a warrior, especially an older warrior in their mid to late 20s, and they are not training other people to come up into their spot, you have to really question the warriorship, right? And I'm not just talking about your children. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes what happens is that our children don't necessarily belong to us. They belong to the community. I kind of described how in my experience when I was over in Africa, I really experienced the family, but then also here, you know what I'm saying? You could see it here as well. The child oftentimes may not go in the direction of the father or the mother, but that other major adult in their lives will have a lot of influence over that child. That's why who we allow to invest into our children is very important, right? Who we trust around our young people is very important, because our children will go in the way and build their character around a lot of times people outside of their immediate family. See, because often one of the things that I'm noticing is that when children are around you all the time, they act like they ain't seeing you, they act like they ain't learning, and maybe they might not be purposefully, right? But they don't pick up a lot of stuff from the parents until they're a little bit older, or they don't show what they picked up until they're a lot older, unless you got an old soul child. There's many of those running around, right? You got those double and triple children that was born on, and I'm waiting to meet a quadruple. I haven't met a quadruple. That's an individual who was born in the year, the cycle, the week, and the day, right? I haven't met them yet. You understand what I'm saying? But I am a triple. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the cycle, the week, and the day of Gye-Nyame, right? So you have those triple and quadruple and even those double cycle children that may come out with a little bit more, I ain't gonna say experience, but a little bit more, they're a little bit more guided. Self-determination is a kind of a hard one because, you know, a quad Gye baby, I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see. I just want to see, because I'm very interested in how that will work. Because there's somebody you might not be able to tell shit. You might not be able to tell them what to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, because I know that in many ways I was stubborn and, you know, and still I still am, right? But anyway, the children are okay, is what I'm saying. They're picking up and they're demonstrating things that the adults around them are doing. So when you look at a child and be like, oh, I'm concerned about that child's future, you actually need to be more concerned about the child's present, because the behaviors that the child is exhibiting are behaviors of the parent. You understand what I'm saying? And the parent is taking care of the present for that child. So you need to be concerned about the child's present more so than about the child's future. Because if the child is acting out or acting in strange ways that don't fit, period, this means they are modeling, in most cases, behaviors that they picked up from adults that are around them. So just wanted to put that out there. But hey, before we get, this is why Brother Hatim need a script. Put the pistol down, anime. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move forward. All right. So let's get into the haikus that I created this morning. Capitalism was on my mind. And for those that don't know, that's a 5-syllable word. Capitalism is a race to the bottom. No one ever wins. Is that boy haikuing? Yeah, I am. Here we go. Step by step, we win. Simply by lasting to end, we receive the prize. Family, we don't have to beat down white narcissism or white supremacy. We just have to make it through. You understand what I'm saying? We just the key piece in the battle that we are doing is coming in the next one, which I stole from the spook who sat by the door. And here we go. When you sleep on the floor, you cannot fall out of bed. A quote from movie, right? So the key piece in guerrilla warfare or in fighting oppression, when you can't directly have combat because the forces are stronger and bigger than yours, is that the goal is simply not to lose. Not to win. It's not to lose. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? This means, for example, if I am able to outlast their desire and their want for what I have, they eventually will go away. See, because one of the things I constantly teach y'all, and I constantly teach all of my young people that are around me, most bullies just want to win. They don't want to fight, right? Like, for example, we look at Vietnam, right? 1 million what they call Viet Cong or Vietnamese, and 1 million of them died, killed in war. 50,000 Americans, and we pulled out. You understand what I'm saying? All they had to do was outlast us, because eventually our wants, when you are moving on wants and greed, and that desire becomes too expensive to where it becomes a loss for you and you start to suffer any discomfort, you'll figure out something else that you want and you'll choose the easier target. Bullies just want to win. They don't want to fight. Those of you that are dealing with bullies, whether you're at work or whatever, they don't want to fight. They just want to win. And when you just give in to them and just give to them automatically what they say they want, right? Without making them struggle, because most of them are out of shape, and some of them that's even in shape. Because I want to stress this to you, family. You could look in shape and look healthy as hell, but be dying on the inside. Some of these people, some of these gym rats that you be running into, when it comes to really doing real activity, and you start doing real activity with them, like running, walking, jumping, crawling, climbing, and even fighting, they can't do that shit. They can't do that shit. You look at a bodybuilder and be like, oh, he's massive, he's big, and if he get his hands on me, if he get his hands on you, you're right. But you dot that I enough times, he's going to figure out he don't want you that bad. You're going to be quick enough to get away from them. Look, they can't even move their arms sometimes, right? Now, every now and then you got a phenom, right? Every now and then you got a phenom. You got that one, like I tell my young people, I want y'all to remember this. You have 5% that like to fight. They like the pain, they like the suffering, they like the torture of preparing for it. 5% of the population that are like that. They are true all the way to the core warriors. As far as on a physical level, they love that pain. They love preparing for it. You often see them possibly in UFCs and in boxing rings. They're the ones that'll be on a mat and wrestling until either they win or they lose. And either way, it's the height of life for them. Then you have 10%. These people are capable of fighting, but they don't necessarily like all that shit. They could be in shape. They could do it. And in many cases, when they focus on it, they could be as good as that 5%. Right? But they don't necessarily like doing that shit. They don't want the blood. They don't like the blood on them. But they have the capabilities. They have the skills, whether it's, I don't believe in a natural piece, but in some form of fashion, they have put in the training and put the skin in the game. Then you have 85%. They just want to win. They don't want to do none of that shit, right? None of it, right? And you always need to keep that in mind when you're dealing with people so that you can start, in a sense, I hate to say it, where you can start categorizing them, especially when you're dealing in these business and in these narcissistic arenas with individuals. How bad is this person a 5%er? Is this person a 10%er? Or is this person an 85%? Right? I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Because a lot of bullies that look like they're making a come up, that look like they only have been able to do it because they have been surrounded by people who just didn't want the problem. I don't want the problem. They might even have some 10% people that will rip their heads off in intellectual battle, in a physical battle. These individuals, that 10% just like, yo, man, I just want peace. Here, I don't even need this shit. Go on here. Go on, take it over. Because I'm going to fuck you up. Here. You know what I'm saying? And just let it go. But then you got the 85% that just want to win. All right, but anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's move forward. I know y'all like, brother, Tim. All right, anime, put the gun down. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out. But anyway. So, that's an indirect thing that I'm throwing out there when you're looking at this whole Iran piece, right? This whole Iran piece. All right, so let's get to the haiku of the day. Haiku of the day. Vision clears the path, shedding weight of false desires. Soul finds its true north. Is he haikuing? Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on one today. So Peace Tribe, step onto the porch and sit for a spell. Today we bathe in the golden light of Nia. Purpose. Shouts out to all the purpose babies once again. But let's get straight. Purpose isn't about your job title, the digits in your bank account, or the hustle culture that's been sold to us like counterfeit watches on the street corner. In the Black experience, we often been told our purpose is to serve, to survive, or to make it. But in the ancestral algorithm for the day, it tells a deeper truth. I am the architect of a legacy that will outlive my body. I am the architect of a legacy that outlives my body. I am the architect of a legacy that will outlive my body. Say it with emotion. As Bruce Lee would say, with emotional content. Look in the mirror and look at yourself and say these words because they go so much deeper than you may even realize at this point. I am the architect of a legacy that will outlive my body. Family, that alarm don't care what I'm doing or what I'm talking about, right? You aren't just a laborer in someone else's vineyard. You are the master builder of a lineage, of your lineage. When we talk about Nia in the week of Ujamaa, cooperative economics for those uninitiated, the year of Ujima collective work, we are talking about building things that don't crumble when we take our last breath. We are talking about the Ethiopian proverb, slowly, even an egg will walk. We get so caught up in the overnight success trap that we forget that the true Nia is a slow, deliberate unfolding. It is the patience of the egg. It is the steady hand of the architect who knows that the foundation must be set before the spires can touch the sky. To find your Nia, you must stop adding goals. Most of what you call goals are actually distractions. Build up from a world that wants you to want what it has. Type in Ashe if you felt that. To reveal the architect within, you must scrape off the buildup of comparison. Stop looking at the mansion someone else is building and look at the blueprints written in your own spirit. Shed the false narrative of urgency. The world tells you that if you haven't arrived by 30, 40, 50, or 60, you fail. That is a lie designed to keep you vibrating in anxiety. Drop the weight of people pleasing. You cannot build a legacy on shifting sands of other people's expectations. When you stop doing the things you only do to be seen or validated, You finally have the quiet space to hear the heartbeat of your true purpose. You don't need more to do. You don't need more. You don't need a more to-do list. You need a to-stop list. I messed that up. You don't need more to-do list. You need a to-stop list. Stop performing. Stop rushing. Let the egg walk in its own time. All right, Anime, thank you very much, family. Check this out. Make sure you join our Daily Spark Telegram group. All of the stuff is down in the description. Your Ngusabe Narrative Map, your t-shirt if you want to rep your principal, the ability to become a support member, and even my author page. Go home, visit some of those sites. Let me know what you think. Let's continue building. Get on that Telegram group so that we can have discussion, because the Proverb has a more detailed discussion as well as the ancestral algorithm. I post those up the morning of, but the Proverb is at least 2 days old. So get with us while the getting is good. So let's do this.
It's the Proverb. The Proverb. The Proverb.
I know you heard the Proverb. Stop arguing. I know you heard the Proverb. Proverb of the day. Proverb of the day. For this reading, we journey to the high altitudes of ancient unbroken tradition of Ethiopia. And the proverb is slowly, even an egg will walk. Now that I told you what I thought about it, I need for you to tell me, what does it mean to you? You know what that means. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.